Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel Code Fusion Hub. In today's lecture, we are going to continue with our series of advanced Angular topics in which we are going to proceed with the topic Content Child Decorator. In case if you have missed the previous lecture that was about View Child Decorator, I suggest you to go back on that video. I'll provide the link in the description box as well to catch up with that content and then move on with this. As always, I'll ask you to stay tuned for the video and remember there would be quizzes at the end of each topic to test your understanding. So don't forget to drop your answers in the comment section below and also go through the notes that I have provided in the description box for your reference and more clear understanding. So let's not waste any more time and jump right into the video. So our today's topic is about content child decorator. So what is a content child? Okay, in the previous lecture we saw about view child. That view child takes the reference of a component and creates an instance of it. But in this content child, it will obtain a reference from an element, or you can say from a component, but that is to be projected into the parent component template. Okay, only the projected view would be shown over here. So this reference can be used to like interact or manipulate the properties and methods of the projected element or component, you can say that. So now let's have a look at the practical example for this. So yes, we have a parent component over here, and also we have a child component over here. So in case if you don't have these, then you need to create a parent component and a child component as well. Now this content child decorator is used to query and access a reference to an element, or you can say a component that is projected into the parent component. Okay, so using the projection you can access this. So for this, you have to first move to the parent component over here. Okay. And into this, what does projection actually mean? Okay. So projection is nothing but this ng content. Okay. So you have to just go over here, and what does this ng content do over here? Okay, so all of the things that you want to project. Okay, suppose you want to project this whole child component. Okay, you want this whole child component into the parent component template. Okay, but you don't want to rewrite it, or you want to still access those properties and methods of this component. Then you use this content. Now this content for projection, what we'll do is, instead of this line, okay, when we are rendering the html, this line gets replaced with the html that is present over here. Okay, so whenever the component is being rendered, okay, so instead of this line, okay, it will provide you with this line. Okay, so whenever the component, the parent component gets initiated, the content that is been projected over here gets replaced by the content that you want to project. Okay, so this is basically the content projection, and according to this projection only you can check the content of the other component. Okay, so this is a way of accessing the elements over here from the child component over here. Okay, here the ng content acts as a placeholder over here, where the content child, okay, that data is been placed over here. But the thing is, they are just property decorators. In the view child decorator, you can access the methods as well. But in using this content projection, you can access the properties of the child component, not the methods over here. Okay, so now let's have a look at the ts file of this parent. Okay, now what I'll do is add the reference of the child component over here using the content child. Okay, so we'll be using content child, and what are we going to pass over here? The child component. Okay, so we are going to pass the child component, and let's say we are going to give it a name as this, and we'll just provide a child component over here. Okay, so this is the syntax of the content child. Okay, where you are passing the child component over here, and for reference you are using this variable to access its property. Okay, so we are going to use the life cycle hook ng after content in it. Okay, in case if you don't know about the life cycle hooks, you can go and check it out in my playlist. I'll provide you the link in the description box as well. Okay, and I'll just log the value of the variable that we have initialized over here, stating that whatever the data is stored is shown over here. Okay, so since it is global, we have to access it using this child ref. Okay, so now we have initiated this, and I guess in the HTML also we have projected the content, and let's take a div and put it all together, and let's just bring it below. Yeah. So we've just put everything into a single container over here, into which I have a parent component and also the projected content over here. Okay. So this HTML part has been done over here. And now we'll move towards the child TS file, into which we will declare some properties that I can access into my parent component. Okay. So suppose I am initializing the child property as string and giving it a value as hello from child. Okay, and also let's give it a method over here. Let's say this child method, and let's have a look at what output do we get over here. Child method. So we have initiated this child method, and now we'll just have a look at the output that we are getting over here. Okay, so it is getting as undefined over here. We are getting this as undefined. Why it is getting so? Because I think so it is not getting the content over here of the child component that we are projecting it over here. And also over here you have to declare the parent child as this. Okay, so after this only the content projection will take place properly. Okay, so you have to invoke this also in your app.html file. Okay, so after this it would work properly over here, and you can see the results over here that the child component is been called over here, and you can check the parent. The content is just projected over here. So while rendering the HTML, this part is been replaced by the part of this child component that is present over here. So this is being replaced over here, and this is this child component, and here we can see hello from child. Okay, so we can see only the property from the child, not the child method. Okay, so this content projection is useful as a property decorator, so it gives us the child property that we have mentioned over here is this, not the child method. Okay, so this is all about the content child decorator over here, which does not give access to the methods of the child component, just gives us the access to the property decorator, just acts as a like property decorator, not the method. Okay, so it does not gives us access about the methods over here in the child component, and we just have projected the content over here. So this is nothing but content projection, where you are projecting the content of the child component into the parent component template. Okay, so this was all about content child decorator. Now let's have a quiz on this. So what is the purpose of content child decorator? What you have learned from this video? So give your answers in the comment section below and check whether if you are correct or not. So the correct answer is to access the content projected into the component. Okay, so this content child is only used when you have some projected content into your component template that you want to project. Okay, so this was all about view child, content child, decorators. Now in the next lecture we'll see some more advanced topics, and make sure you have subscribed to my channel. If you like the video, then hit the like button. If you have any suggestion, you can drop it in the comment section below, and any suggestions are highly appreciated. And you can comment down if you want to more such topics, or any topics that I'm missing out and you want to be included in this series. I'll look up to that also. And make sure you have subscribed to my channel, share it with all your friends and colleagues, and don't leave this series. Stay tuned up with this and complete the series, because I'm making the series very short and covering all the concepts that are required over here. So make sure you complete the whole series and master Angular that way. And I'll ask you to practice, practice, and practice as much as you can, because if you have hands-on practice, you'll nail it. Otherwise, you won't. That's it for today's video, and I'll see you guys in the next lecture. Till then, take care. Bye bye.